Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to first and foremost start off by giving infinite praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah Kadash. Like to say Shalom, Wahashem, Kabad, God, Wala Rakab, Zekoyim Nawel, Wahashalayakim Nawel, which of course is double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom, Wabarakim, Labakarim, Shaw, Yasha Allah, which is peace, and blessings unto the elect. I'm the brother Dawud Dah from the DC Church, back with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, this article is entitled City Hiring People Hunters to Pursue and Find the Unmaxed. Okay. So, again, you know, we report updates on prophecy. Okay. The prophecy does not change. Things around the world change and shape themselves around what's already written. Okay. So this is just an update. All right. Prophecy update. It says a city in Austria is looking for employees who will be tasked with enforcing fines against those unwilling to get C or P19. Again, P is pestilence jab. The recruitment drive comes weeks ahead of sweeping vaccine mandate in European country. Okay. So this is, I mean, absolutely outrageous, man. Okay. But this is something that we knew would happen. Okay. This is something we knew would happen based off of prophecy. All right. Based off of the things that were written. Okay. Now, now this is over here in Austria. All right. But we understand that what? This is going to happen eventually throughout the entire world. Okay. And eventually it's going to touch down here in Babylon. Now it says successful candidates will be issuing penalties, processing appeals, and taking measures against those who fail to shell out their fine for being unmaxed. Okay. Or unjabbed. Says a job ad placed by Austrian city in Linz. Okay. Because the time is going to come where there's going to be more and more division against those who decide not to get the jab. Okay. And what are they going to do? All right. They're going to start blaming those people for the spread, you know, the spread of the pestilence. Okay. And what? They're going to start delivering those people up to the judges, man. Okay. They're going to want those people to be taken away, man. Okay. And the scriptures talk about that. The scriptures talk about the persecution that's going to come to those who refuse, man. All right. Now it says, I'm going to read a little bit of this article and I'm going to go ahead and get some precepts to match with it. All right. Because like I said, this is this is merely just an update. All right. On the prophecies that were foretold to us, man. All right. Matter of fact, I might as well get one. There's one in Matthew's deliver you up. Let me search it real quick. For time's sake. Deliver you up. It's saying, there we go. Yep. Matthew 10 and 19. There's also one in Matthew 10 and 24. That's the one I was thinking about. Yep, I'm gonna get that one. Matthew 10 and 24. Over here in the blue letter. It's St. Matthew chapter 10 and verse, Salaki, this is St. Matthew chapter 24. Excuse me. Yeah. St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9. All right. But there's also one in St. Matthew chapter 10 as well. But this is St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9. All right. And it says, might as well start at verse 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Okay, so this is what's coming in the last days. Now, we are currently in the last of the last days, and this is why we see things like this happening in the world. Okay, again, this is just an update on that prophecy coming to pass, being manifested. All right. Now it says continuing on in this article, and this is from RT News, by the way. It says the employees' hard toil will be remunerated monthly with a salary starting at 2,000 to 3,000, blah blah blah. Okay. It says to qualify for a job, an individual will have to hold Austrian citizenship, be a secondary school graduate, be resilient and prepared to work overtime, have no criminal record, and last but not least, have a valid C or P19 vaccination and recovery certificate. So they're really solidifying this thing, man. They are really going hard, especially over there in Europe. Okay, especially over there in Europe, because you got to remember, a lot of these countries are clumped together, right next to each other. It's not like how America is, where you got to get on a flight and fly somewhere to go to another country. These countries are like right next to each other. You see, with dense population, so they're really enforcing this thing, man. Okay, but we're just going to see this happen, throughout the world and trickle, throughout the world to other places. Okay, that's just like how the United States is. They pass a legislation or a mandate, aka requirement, in one place. Next thing you know, it trickles down to another place. Okay. So now it says, last but not least, have a valid pestilence, vaccination, or recovery certificate. On top of that, women will be given priority in vying and post against men with comparable qualifications. Linz, home of 2,000 residents, is known to have the lowest pestilence vaccination rate across Austria, according to a website tracking the insurance of digital vaccination certificates in the country. Only 63% of the city's population have received a complete dosage of the C or P19 vaccination so far, and 63% is a lot. It says only 63%. 63% is majority of that population. You see, so it just shows you that a lot of people over there are on board with getting down with the system, man. Getting down with the P19 vaccination. All right. Now it says earlier in December, the ruling conservatives and 2 out of 3 opposition parties agreed to make P19 vaccination mandatory for all Austrians, bar those under 14 or those having medical exemptions. So I don't know what their medical exemption criteria is like, but I'm pretty sure they ruled out, religious exemptions. Over there, it's totally different than how it is over here. You see, more totalitarianism, okay? More of a monarchy than anything, all right? But even though, the government and economy is set up differently here, okay? All of these countries are, pretty much the ones who are pulling the strings are the elites, you see? And this is why throughout the world, we see this happening. All of these countries are getting down with the beast system, okay? Now, let me continue on. It says, earlier in December, the ruling of conservatives count out 2 or 3 opposition party agreed to make it mandatory for all Austrians, all right, except those under 14 to have medical exemptions. February 1st, 2022, those unwilling to get the shot except to be fined heavily every 3 months if an individual persists in resisting max during the course of a year. They could end up having to shell out a total of $3,600 for the 12 months. Okay, which actually 3,600 pounds. All right, pounds. That's their currency. Which is actually more. It's worth more than the US dollar. So, you know, it's actually a very expensive. So this could possibly be like actually like $5,000, all right, a year. Now it says Austrians and the first nation in Europe have announced their sweeping vaccine mandate for all its citizens. Vienna was also the first in the world to impose a strict nationwide lockdown specifically for the unmaxed in November, only for it to be expanded to also include the unmaxed citizens weeks later. The lockdown expired on December 12th, but unvaccinated Austrians still remain banned from non-essential outings. You see, so they are really, really, really cracking down with those who are not getting down and don't want to be a part of this beast system, because ultimately, like we said, this pandemic, pandemic is all a part of Esau's all a part of his new world order, man. Of course I'm just joking around saying, pandemic and stuff, but it's all a part of his new world order, man. Okay? It's all a part of his agenda, all right? Now, to some from the outside looking in, it may seem like something small, but it's actually huge, man. Because when things happen, your first thing to do is fear, is out of fear run to Esau to get a damn vaccination, which you don't even know what's in there. A lot of people are dying from this thing, man. Okay? But if that's your first thought, okay, what's going to happen when they start requiring you to show proof? Okay? Because we know that this is leading to the MOTB, the Charagma. All right, what's going to happen when they start requiring you to show proof? And the only way that you can show proof is if you have a digital microchip implanted in your right hand or in your forehead, all right, for them to scan and see that you actually have a P19 vaccination card. Okay? What's going to happen? You're going to fold, man, if you're trusting and fearing right now. All right, if you're trusting in them and you're fearing right now. All right, so let me grab some scriptures. We already had Matthew's, we already got Matthew's, the 24th chapter. Let's go, we might as well get Matthew's, the 10th chapter as well. 10 and 17. Get that real quick. St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 17, it says, "Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given to you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which is in you. But the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you." Okay, so we understand that time is coming, man. This is prophesied, so this has to happen. All right, and these are just the leading blocks or leading factors of this very prophecy coming to pass. Okay. So now let me go back to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right, because this is going to explain what's going to happen to, family ties, and friends. All right, people that's been best friends. Okay, when it really comes down to the wire, we understand that people are going to sell you out, man. These people are going to sell you out. All right, if you don't get down with the system. Okay, because a lot of these people only care about what? Only care about themselves. Only care about getting their own money, feeding their own families. Okay, and everybody else is to hell with them. You see, so when the government offer them that bag to rat out their friends, or to rat out and find whoever doesn't have this vaccine, what do you think these people are going to do, man? Okay, they're going to sell you out. So this 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22, it says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Okay, So the storehouses, which is what, like your warehouses, places where they haul off and ship food, all right, supplies, toiletries, okay? These places are going to be found empty, man. Remember, the grinding shall cease. You're not going to have a lot of truck drivers on the road delivering, your food and groceries to your local stores. And a lot of people, are going to be at a lack of resources, man, lack of toiletries and things that they need. Okay. So what do you think they will do to get that, man? Okay. They would do any and everything, which includes selling you out, all right, to the government in order to receive of that. All right. Now it says, verse 23, it's like verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You see, so it's basically prophesying of what? A lack of resources, and how friends in that day, okay, so-called friends, are going to be fighting like enemies. Okay, some of your biggest enemies are going to be your neighbors, man. The ones that see you every day, that look at you from across the street and smile, all right, waving, okay. You petting their dog, just giving different scenarios, man. Like, people that you think you know so well, all right, are going to become your enemy in that day, going to sell you out, all right, just to survive, man. Okay. And if surviving means getting down with this beast system, that's what these people are going to do. But guess what? Those who trust in the Lord, all right, us men of the Lord, okay, we are required to maintain our integrity, man, which we will do, Lord's will. All right, we be a part of the elect. Now it says, I'm going to continue on just one more verse, verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape. All right, shall escape what? Shall escape the death, the second death that's coming. Okay, because after all of these pestilences, after the famine, all right, after Jacob's trouble comes what? Comes the second death, all right, which is going to happen by hellfire. Okay, the thermonuclear missiles, all right, and concentrated fire from the chariots. Now it says, and see my salvation in the end of your world. Okay, we're going to see the end of this world, the end of Esau's age, rulership. Okay, when you go back into the to the Greek, all right, his eon. Okay, meaning what? The end of his age. All right. No more are you going to see this devil in rulership. Okay. And that's why when you go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, it prophesies about that in the 12th verse, how Lucifer was cast down from heaven. Okay. Which are who? The elites. All right. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. All right. All of these big families, all right, that own currencies. Okay. They own the Federal Reserve, which funds America. Okay. So these big elites are going to be cast down, man. We're going to see their end. We're going to see their demise, man. All right. But we just got to continue to trust in the Lord, because we know that things must get worse, or things are going to get worse before they get better. Okay. And like, just reading the title one more time, city hiring people hunters. All right. People going to be hunting. All right. People going to be hunting other people for their own survival, man. Okay. Hey, so with that, of course, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. And until next time, Shalom.